Hey, this is my next video. Just talking about being a slightly overweight cyclist and what that means as far as getting faster, becoming a better cyclist, wearing clothes that fit, finding clothes that fit. My current kit I wear is like a 3X and it's still super tight. And the thing with that is that now it's starting to get warmer here in North Carolina, but we're still getting some chilly weather. And the whole thing with cycling is it's layering. Well, that's fine, but try layering when your outer kit is like skin on bologna, as my mom used to say. I always end up having to, yes, I layer with some merino wool, long sleeve stuff, and then my kit, and I always end up having to put a larger cycling jacket on top. So all of a sudden, it's like we take group pictures and everyone looks nice and lean and they're dressed warm, but they have their kit on the outermost so you can see it, everyone matching. And me, I have this big red, I mean, it's a beautiful jacket as far as, I think Gore makes it, Gore-Tex, windproof, waterproof, but yet I'm wearing a big red jacket where everyone else matches. And mostly because I can't fit a lot of clothes under my kit. Now, my last video I actually shot about 3 weeks ago. I only posted 2 weeks ago, but I'm down about 12 pounds since then. So I am leaning out. I went out on a cold ride a week ago exactly. And when I mean cold, it was like in the mid 40s, but it was 12 to 13 mile an hour winds. So to me, that's chilly because as soon as the wind kicks up, it's only 45. Even in the sun, it's cooler. And I was able to wear my kit on the outside of my long sleeve merino, what do they call it? The base layer. So I'm starting to get leaner. I'm starting to feel better about wearing my stuff when it's colder and wearing it on top and not just looking like it's stretching the seams out. But I see it as a problem that most kits, even if you go up to 4 and 5X, which most kits don't come in that size. You will see some on Amazon, but they're just not nicely made. They just make you stick out. If you have a kit that your group makes, normally the most they're going up to is 4X. And even then, I've noticed the difference between 2, 3, and 4X is so minuscule. To look at it, you couldn't tell. And even to wear it, you barely tell. I have the same exact jersey for my group that's a 2X and a 3X. I ordered at different times. And to put them on, you would not know it. I don't know what the difference is. I don't think they're mislabeled, but there's no difference. They just said, oh, we'll just make a 3X and you can squeeze into it. So that's, I feel, is a problem. And a lot of the older cyclists I ride with, me being including, I'm 49, a lot of us are not in super shape. A lot of these cyclists got in it during COVID and they wanted to get in better shape. They could do it during COVID. And there's a lot of bigger riders. My father is a smaller guy. He's like 5'6", 5'7", maybe 140. He's always had a cyclist build. Kits are loose on him. He wears, and even he mentioned that he orders jerseys and the mediums are tight on him. And he's 140 pounds maybe. He wears a size 30 waist. So it's just the industry itself. Cyclists have historically been small, lean people, and I think there's a big need for larger kits for people that aren't necessarily trying to get in shape, even just enjoy cycling and are not looking to lean out. They just like riding. And I've ridden with guys bigger than me that are they're heck of a cyclists. They're fast. And they're not looking to lean out. They're just looking to get stronger and wear nice clothes so everyone matches and looks good. But I do see there's definitely a demand for clothes that are bigger for cyclists. I mean, this whole 4X and 5X is just ridiculous. But I have been leaning out. I've been dieting. The season's starting up. I rode a 40 mile a week ago. And a couple 20 since then. During the week the time has changed, but it's still getting a little dark, so it's hard to fit those 40s in during the week. I plan on riding tomorrow and it's cold though. Tonight here in North Carolina, it was beautiful last week midday, and then tomorrow by 10 or 11 in the morning it's still only gonna be 35. which to me is cold to ride. I mean, I've ridden through cold weather. I'm getting too old to be out there shivering. I want to enjoy my cycling. So tomorrow I'll ride, but I'm probably gonna push it closer to 11 or 12 and wear my leggings and my base layers. I'm done wearing long gloves for the season. I just suck it up. I'll wear maybe a hat, but we'll see how cold it is. It's supposed to be windy again here. It's been, right now, if you look at my watch, it's 8-mile-an-hour winds right now, which doesn't sound like much, but if you're out there and it starts gusting to 12 or 13 or 15, it gets chilly. And speaking of wind, I recently got a newer bike. I was riding a Le Mans for about 13 years now, Chamberry, which is an older bike, but it was aluminum, carbon stays and fork, and it was a nice bike. It did me very well for many years. I rode Campy for years, and recently, a year and a half ago, switched to 105 on it, and it did me great. But recently, I just wanted a newer bike, and I got one full carbon Canyon, the Air Road. And the rims, I mean, the rim and the front's a 60 millimeter, and I think, no, the back's a 60 millimeter, and the rear, the back's a 60 and the front's a 58. And talk about wind moving you around. The combination of the deep wheels and the slightly narrower handlebars and the wind, I mean, you really have to be careful out there. I never realized how much it pushed my fellow riders that had nicer bikes out there. I had aluminum on the Le Mans, and side winds barely even affected me. I will say this though, this bike is so more aerodynamic, head-on winds don't affect me as much. But the side winds, I really have to be careful because it pushes you around. That's another reason I'm trying to lean out, is that I want to become stronger on the hills. I want to be more aerodynamic. I just want to be a very strong 50-year-old in October when I turn 50. I just want to be a better cyclist. I have a big event coming up in May, the Assault on Mount Mitchell, which is a big ride that's 102 miles and roughly 10,500 feet of climbing. So I'm really been starting to add mileage. I'm not a new cyclist. Like I said, I've been riding off and on for 13 years. But the last 2 years since COVID, I've really gotten into it and rode steady with a group, with numerous groups. I ride with a little bit of everyone, but I am a member of one group in particular. But yeah, I've really been trying to drop some weight just so I can do all that climbing. So it's not just an aesthetic thing about being leaner and feeling better. I really need to get lighter for all the climbing of the hills and stuff. But yeah, back to being a heavier cyclist. I have a large group of friends that cycle. A lot of them are big guys like me and more, and nothing fits you. It's like, good luck getting anything to fit, unless it's shoes, which feet size don't really matter, and gloves. Everything else is just, it's harder to get nicer looking things. And I just think someone could easily come out with a brand. With today's riders, there's so many more cyclists out there due to COVID that are just not small European men that want to wear cool looking things, and just a matter of making it. Or adjust the sizes. I mean, I know they have race fit and comfort fit, but the comfort fits fit me like race fit, and the race fits fit me like well, they don't fit. I guess that's the point. But yeah, right now I am 239 as of Friday morning. I got 66 days till my ride, which is roughly 2 months. I would like to be down another at least 15 pounds by then. So like 225. So I've been working hard at that. I've been eating better, eating less, but eating more on my rides so I can work hard during my rides. But then when I'm not riding, I've been cutting calories a lot and just protein, stuff like that. Some carbs, but not snacks, things of that nature. I've been going very light on. I will say this, about 2 months ago, I started on Wagovy. Just because my insurance covered it and I saw a commercial for it, and I asked my doctor about it. I was like, heck, I'll try it. And what it does is it doesn't actually, I mean, as far as weight loss, it just cuts my appetite. Even the low dose I started with immediately felt like I didn't need to eat. It just completely made me feel like not full, just not hungry. So when I eat now, it's purposeful, and I eat to train, and I eat because I have to, small meals I usually do throughout the day. but it's helped a lot in that sense. And I know a lot of people it's hard to get, and people are complaining because people looking to lose weight. Maybe you're taking it from people that have diabetes, but diabetes runs in my family, and I'm trying to keep my A1C low, and I'm trying to be healthier too. It's not just for the cycling. I do want to be leaner for health. So I've been started that. They gave me a couple of months worth. A few of them were back ordered, but I managed to order those in time for my doses. So 1 dose a week, shot in the leg, shot in the stomach. I've been doing the legs. And it seems to be very helpful. Not much side effects. I've had some heartburn, but never, some nausea too. And that comes in waves. Every once in a while I feel like, I don't feel that good, but overall it's been a great experience. And it's, like I said, I have been eating better, but mostly because this has caused me to not feel hungry or peckish in the evenings where I feel like I have to snack. So it's helped out a lot. And like I said, since I've started taking it, I'm down about 12 pounds. I have started riding again, warm weather, so I've started getting off the trainer and riding more, and so that's helped also. But riding alone has never helped me lose weight a great amount. My appetite increases tremendously when I start riding a lot. And the benefit is offset that. I can ride now, burn calories, get a good ride in, and then the next day I'm not starving as if I'm in a deficit. It sort of just makes me be back to normal, which I think is very helpful. So we'll see how it goes. But the my next video, I'd like to talk about possibly I'm an older father. I have 3 little children, 5, soon to be 4, and soon to be 2, and how hard it is to actually ride as a busy older father with family, and get these rides in and not feel like you're putting your family aside for what seems like selfish reasons, even though they all say I'm doing it for health, but it's not all about health. I really enjoy doing it as a hobby, so it really is a hobby for me. So I will talk a little bit about what it's like to be an older dad and how it is to roll around and wrestle with kids when you're not 25 but 49, and give you an update as far as what I've experienced, because I do have a 24 going to 25-year-old daughter from my first marriage, and I was much younger then. She was born in 97, to give you an idea. So I was much younger then, and I will talk about how it feels now to be older with these little ones. But thank you for tuning in, and subscribe.